Hello, New York! I'm Amble Whistletown here with Bartleby Willard for the first installment of our exciting new series called Sit Down Comedy, which is like stand-up, but Bartleby's just going to sit here on the sofa and do it. So if you could please give it up for Bartleby Willard and Sit Down Comedy. Thank you, audience. Here I am, ready to do some sit-down comedy. I got my notebook with me. Stand-up comedians don't use notebooks, but sit-down comedy is just easier all around. So I got this here in case I don't remember what to say. So here we go. First routine is called Hello, New York. Hello, New York. Hello. Whew, I just flew into New York, and boy are my arms tired. Just kidding, but I live in New York, but couldn't pass that joke up. New York, I can't really stand it anymore. It's just too loud. It's too loud. Neighbors playing music too loud. People driving by all day long showing off their music too loud. There's dump trucks, or rather garbage trucks, make 30 discrete sounds, this is late at night, for each dumpster, and there's like 3 dumpsters. It's like At some point, like around the 60th squeal or clank or I start to think, surely you're kidding, like it's you know? And I begin to see this dump truck as some sort of a funny, not funny uncle out there being like, pull my thumb. Oh, not my thumb, my finger. Pull my finger. You gotta do it. Come on, pull my finger. And then of course you do it, and it goes, and it's like, oh wait. There's a, got it. And then it's gonna be like a clank. Little kind of a crude joke. But really the people to blame for that are generations of uncles who weren't that funny. I myself am an uncle now, so, you know, add that joke to the pile, I guess, of failures from uncles. Also, there's the sound here in my apartment there's a sound here in my neighborhood that we don't speak of. The sound that no one speaks of. It is the whirring. I don't know, some sort of a fan that doesn't quite fit in its casing, or a generator that doesn't quite run smooth. I don't know, but it's just always this sort of high-pitched, moaning, gyrating sound that I cannot escape. Shame, the shame of the neighborhood. The unspoken shame, because of course I've never said anything about it. Nobody else has ever said anything about it. But I'm pretty sure that there's to me an awkwardness in this neighborhood, and I think it's probably related to that sound. You have to pull other people around here. I don't know the awkwardness. I notice it. Oh, so then the next part. Good thing I have my notes here. So my brother tells this story that he thinks is very funny. Or he used to think it was funny and told it a lot, and now he's sort of drifted away from it. But anyway, regardless of his relationship to the story, I'm going to tell it to you now. Basically, it's this friend of his who lived, after living in New York for like a few years, you know, like it just adds up. The squealing subway and the beeping, all the buses beep whenever they move, you know, and everything beeps as it backs up, and not just beeps, it's like beep, beep, and the whooshing of the cars, and everyone is yelling all the time about, it's just whatever. Anyway, so after a while, it just sort of wears you out, and so the story is this girl, she comes home one day and she can't take it anymore. She goes up to her room, and then the elevator starts making its like humming, getting, I I'm getting cold. Your food needs to be cooled down a little bit. I'll take care of this, guys. You know that noise that fridges make when they kick in, and she like thumps down the steps, unplugs the fridge, and then goes back to, because she just can't even take that little bit last thing. But anyway, I think of that story, and I think that lucky duck, because when my fridge starts to make that noise, I'm like, oh good, that's a basically palatable noise, and that's going to cover up this worrying. There's another noise, there's a very high-pitched, like tinsely noise also going on all the time, but I am no longer sure if that is outside of my head or inside. So I'm not going to count that one, but it might be also further noise pollution, or it might just be the fruit of being exposed to so much noise pollution and your brain slowly erodes. So I have to leave New York because it's too loud for me. I hate it. I can't take it anymore. And I dream of a very small house. Well, it doesn't have to be that small. I mean, but I just dream of a house. What I'm saying is it doesn't have to be a huge house for the dream to be pleasant. I dream of a house, and then it's in the country, and the house has got 3 acres on all sides of just woods, and I see myself in this daydream. For some reason, I even dress like a rebellious teenager from the 80s in this daydream, with my jean jacket that I had at the time. I wasn't rebellious, but I did have a jean jacket, and then I had a flannel shirt. Okay, so it's my outfit, but he's being a rebellious teenager, and he's rushing home, or I'm rushing home. The person in this outfit, it's me, I guess, because I'm dreaming. I want it to happen. I'm rushing home in the daydream from I don't know where, because I don't specify what important thing I'm doing outside of it. But I'm rushing home, and I throw my book bag on the ground, and instead of like jacking up the stereo system and rocking out, and showing my independence in that way, I just run home and I unplug everything, and I just sit there and I'm just like suck in the noise. I mean the not noise, the silence. Because really the silence has actually been stolen from me by the man. I have much more of a case than the rebellious teenager. I'm going to try this one. I don't know if it's going to work, but here we go. Hello, New York! I love New York. We have the best sports teams. Just a short trip, and you're at historic Fenway Park, where play the storied Red Sox franchise. And while there, why not stay a few months? Catch a Celtics game. Also an amazing team with a great history. Or even closer, 76ers or the Eagles in their respective arena and Coliseum. Just a short trip from New York. So that was that joke. You notice that I didn't make any mention of the New England Patriots in that joke, because even we comedians, even we sit-down comedians, we have to stay within the eternal bounds. There are limits, even in comedy, and I think that was one of them. Hello, New York! I love New Yorkers. You guys are a great audience. And I don't just say that to every town. But yet they do. People do this. Comedians and musicians and everyone, performers, do say that in every town. So why does it work? What is it about the human psyche that that will believe any ridiculous conspiracy theory, but then has no spidey sense whatsoever for just bald-faced flattery? You just can't. I think it has to do with confirmation bias, is the relevant psychological term here. I think it's just sort of like, yeah, I was thinking of myself, I would actually think of myself as being the kind of person to live in a place that would constitute the best of all possible audiences. I do, and then now that you say that, I mean, I that makes sense to me. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the band that played last week say exactly the same thing? And the one before as well? So I think what we've got here is some kind of the universal consensus going on, and of people who travel, of people who go and see audiences all over the world, of people who would know. So it's not surprising that you also have noticed that fact. But I'm glad that you did. I'm really glad. That's the end. Thank you, New York. I love you, New York. It's just too loud. It's too loud. I can't take it anymore. But it's been good. But it's too loud. You gotta stop. But you're not gonna. So. I don't know.